You're not doing your job, but you're still getting paid. Or she knows it's illegal, and yet she did it anyway. Because she has zero fear of consequences. Diligently misled the situation at court yesterday and outright lied to the judge multiple times. Not only that, the judge wanted to talk over me. I wasn't allowed to speak. Only my public pretender and the fucking judge were allowed to speak. Just like when I spoke to her on the telephone. Wasn't my turn to talk about me. She doesn't give a fuck about the scenario. She doesn't give a fuck. See, this is one of the terrorist tactics that's used by police. They target people with no money, knowing our guilt is fucking assumed. Without my permission, without consulting me, that is not fucking okay. Worse than a pedophile. Someone who helps pedophiles get away. What the judge wanted to ask yesterday, stuff that I had tried to explain to Kayla, but yet the judge wanted to pretend like she had. This is not fucking okay, and do things against my best interest and against my safety. I'm a disabled and at-risk adult, something that she didn't want to hear. And their job that she gets to pretend she does for me yesterday, and so did Judge Hill. Last time I spoke since I was in fucking hood with her. But the cops wouldn't do a god of situation my predator could possibly function through this experience. None of you could. Most of you would have blown your fucking heads off years ago. Now this Kayla lady, how much time did she conversation recorded? She spent 0 time finding out what's... Alright, I'm just going to give you a public warning here. There's a type of soda pop. I bought it yesterday because it was on sale and it was cheap. It's called Senori Alcoholic. Well, it tastes like acid to give you guys. It was gross. I'm not able to finish. She wanted to ignore literally every piece of evidence. And she's able to do that by just talking over me. It's the easiest goddamn thing to do on this predator for help. Not okay. The front here. It's all public domain. Which means you can't do shit about it. It's lets you know a lot about her character. It says, I take domestic violence very... Nobody deserves to live in fear in their own home. What about those of us on the fucking street? And you fucking know it. 1,000 chance of being killed by a police officer in his lifetime. Being killed in a single year. Now let's read this. Kayla wrote, I take domestic violence very serious. Nobody deserves to live in fear in their own home. Yet the threat of physical or emotional violence is all too real for many. First of all, emotional violence doesn't fucking exist. It doesn't exist. Physical violence is violence. busted himself all to shit, and you need an ambulance, and this young man needs to be taken to the hospital. Now, obviously, you're there trying to hold him together so he don't bleed to death. What are you going to do? You're going to scream for help. That's what you're going to do. Now, how do you scream for help? You scream out what's happened. Hey, this kid's gotten an accident. I need someone to call 911, which is what I've done literally. And now they can hide behind their kid. It is always going to be you. You, as always going to be you. You as the on them. That's all you people care about. If you partners, and very specific. Just like piece of shit Judge Hill. And send me back to my fucking predators. Maybe that's a valid reason for all the fucking costs. For whatever reason. Of course, you might end up with some screw. You never know. This day and age, it's very likely that she'll domestic abuse. Every single fucking stupid. Competent? If she is competent across, as incompetent, because they're lazy. When they lie to you about the law, your tax dollars, TFCC, are getting paid your fucking tax dollars. And I weigh all of those. All they did was fucking lie to you. What has Kayla Long learned about me or my situation? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. When did she become my public pretender? About 2 weeks ago. And what did she do in that entire 2 goddamn weeks? Not a fucking thing. What did she do to help me yesterday? Intentionally fucking lied in court. It's not fucking okay. She intentioning with me on it like she should have by law. Competent legal advice. It says, get competent legal advice. If you have been charged with domestic violence, I can explain what really happened to help avoid a permanent criminal record. No, you won't! Not in this or any other of them. The courts can issue a restraining order on this predator. I can help persuade the officials to take action. I initiate the legal process. Kayla Long has done nothing but waste time. Months for now. The opportunity for and wasting time and doing things that are intentionally against my best interest. She wants the money. She doesn't want to do the work. She doesn't want to listen to her client. You have the opportunity, not me. I am Judge Hill's victim. I am Kayla K. Long's victim. And so are all of you who are paying fucking taxes. If you pay Oregon state taxes, just like you paid for TFCC to do jack shit, child molesters. Never, ever been a sex offender. I've only had sex twice. I have actual stalkers. My stalkers get to harass me and harm me without fear of consequence because cops are fucking useless. And if the cops decide they don't want to do their job, nobody else is going to make a fucking effort. They don't care if it's illegal or not. Kayla Long doesn't give a shit, obviously. She doesn't give a shit about the law. She cares that she knows that it's illegal for her to make the decisions for me that she made yesterday. It is if I had legal recourse. I have no money, I have no rights. I have no vagina, so I have no rights. I'm not 6'4", so I have no rights. What are the chances? That's called abuse of power. It is prevalent in the United States. That's right. Me. And committing felonies against. How about you pull your head out? Laws are supposed to be based on. Are these predators using paid? Have to actually do. She can't seriously believe that she. I'm sure you're used to a lot of junkies out here. Make every homeless a junkie. Doesn't have the time to confer with her fucking client. Then she doesn't have the time to make decisions for her client. Why the fuck would I want just going to let it work for the poor? They work for the prosecution. And what Kayla Long and Judge Hill did, regardless of the name of the prosecutor, Judge Hill and my public pretender are guilty of And Kayla Long isn't supposed to be a prosecutor. And that is all. And then she lied through the whole goddamn thing.